Hello, welcome to Liz Rocks and Stuff. I'm Liz. This is episode 128 of What's in My Tumbler, and it has been a week. So, for starters, the least of the things that I need to tell you is I forgot to record me loading up the new barrel. My kids were in my office, I was distracted, and I just forgot to hit record. And didn't hit record until I was done. So I recorded me cleaning up. But anyway, that's the least of the worries. The other thing is that for some reason I upgraded to Windows 11 this week, and now DaVinci is not getting any input from my microphones. It sees them, knows they're there, doesn't hear anything that comes out of them. So I'm having to record this in an outside thing and then import it into DaVinci so that I can have audio so this can get out on time. And that being said, let's just get through this. So this is Howlite. Howlite is in final polish this week. Yay. And so we are looking to see, did this actually shine up? Because remember I was saying this, it's soft rocks, hard to shine up. So we are going to put it into a burnishing cycle first. Did a quick rinse, then some borax with the water. Now we're going to dump it all out and rinse it off again. And because of my audio issues, I am not re-recording anything. I don't care if my dog starts barking while I'm doing this. We just need to get this audio done. So after that rinsing, we are going to sort all of these out from the media that I have, and then we will dry them off and see how they look. So I am going to be quiet while this happens because I don't want to have to stop and restart the recording again. All right, so now we're going to dry those off, and then I'll show about 3 examples of how these turned out. They're amazing. I love them. They're very shiny. I'm so proud. So this is Howlite all shined up. It's actually really pretty. I really like how this turned out. I might have to get some more and tumble that as well. I just could not be happier. And then these are the flyover close-ups. I did actually find out when I went to dry out my media that there was one more that I left in the media. And I told you that it's hard to find all of these in the media because they're the same color. But could not be happier. All right, now we're looking at Obsidian again. So the Snowflake Obsidian and the Silver Sheen Obsidian, this is in stage 2. Going into stage 3. So this is batch 1, I should say, in stage 2. We'll start batch 2 after this is out of final polish, because I'm just not going to go back and forth like I did last time. So we're going to just inspect everything, make sure nothing has chipped or broken. It's actually looking really good. Very happy with how this is so far. And so I did forget, like I said, I forgot to record the new barrel that I started. My kids were in my office. I don't normally let them in when I'm recording. And sibling rivalry, they were fighting, and I was just trying to get through all of the recording I needed to do. So, yeah, I apologize. But I did let them pick what the next new barrel is, so I'll go ahead and just tell you. I'm doing the Salmon Feldspar. I did get a bunch of rocks from the gem shop that I need to cut up to make them tumbleable because they are all bigger chunks of rock, so I need to cut that up. And I also have some rocks I found in my front yard that are huge, like 5-10 pounds each, huge, that I'm gonna bust up. I think they're quartz, so I'm gonna break those up. I might do some like rock exchanges with some people. I haven't approached anybody yet, but might do some rock exchanges. If anybody's interested in doing a rock exchange with me, I'd be happy to send you some of the quartz I found in my yard. And then I'm going to tumble those eventually. plus some rocks that I found when we're out and about doing things. I have some of those coming up as well. But we're doing salmon feldspar next. So, all right. So that went through a wash cycle with ivory soap, rinsed it off. Now we're going to do a tablespoon of borax, a tablespoon of stage 3 grit, and then moving on for a week. Somebody did ask me, and I realized I haven't addressed this in a while. With my softer rocks like the Howlite and the Obsidian, I only use 1 tablespoon because I found that using 3 is just a huge waste. It doesn't get used up, and there's no reason to use that much with softer rocks. So I just only use 1, and it works just fine. Decal. Decal is the South Dakota chalcedony or chalcedony. I was corrected. Actually, both pronunciations are actually correct, but I think the more popular one is chalcedony. That is hard for me to say, but I will try. All right. So, bottom cup is the stage 2 ready rock. In the barrel is stage 1. Or needs more time in stage 1. And there actually is a rock that's the first one that was ready for stage 2. Actually, I don't know if it is the same as everything else because it doesn't look anything like it. But we'll see. So this is just me sorting out. I am being a little bit particular with these. Just trying to see how patient can I be. Because there are definitely some of these I would have just moved on that aren't perfectly smooth. They're not, if I were to send these into the rock tumbling competition, they would not do well. But they're good enough for me because I like a little imperfections in my rocks. But we're seeing how patient I can be with this. So, I am not moving on things that I could potentially move on with no problems. All right, so everything's looking pretty good actually in here. I'm not seeing any red flags, no issues, nothing seems to be breaking apart or falling apart. But that barrel is not nearly as full as I would like it to be, so I'm going to add in, this is mostly, I think, opal, leftover stuff from my opal batch that I don't really care if it shines up. I just need it to fill up space in the barrel. And since the chalcedony is fairly hard, I'm not worried about what I add into this. So we're going to do 3 tablespoons of stage 1 and a tablespoon of borax, and this is ready to move on for another week in stage 1. It's going to be forever. But that's okay. All right, and finally we have the Iolite. This is a retumble of Iolite in stage 1. So this is in a smaller barrel because it did actually shrink quite a bit when I tumbled it the first time. So this is getting rinsed off. It's actually looking pretty good. I don't know if this is actually going to work, retumbling this, but we'll see. So again, we're just going to check things over, make sure nothing has chipped or broken. And then we are going to move it on into stage 3 after we do a wash cycle. So nothing is breaking apart, but it didn't do that the first time. I think from talking with somebody else, the issue is that it just kind of fractures easily, and even though it's a hard rock, it does crack kind of from the inside, I guess. I don't know. It's a difficult tumble, I think. Want to make sure you have lots and lots of cushioning, and that you're kind of treating it gingerly, even though it is a harder rock. So we're gonna add in some water, and this is a 1 pound barrel with a lot of media in it. And honestly, I could stand to add some more media to this, and I might do that next week. But I just didn't have any extra to do that with. But now that Howlite is out of polish, I have some extra media now that I can throw in when I need to. So this is also the one where I tumbled the knob that goes on the top there. So you'll see at the end of this what a week of tumbling in stage 1 grit does to a plastic knob. So yeah, a few hours of tumbling in the soap, and then I'll rinse off, put it all back in, and then this is going to get a tablespoon of, well, a little less than a tablespoon of borax and a tablespoon of stage 3 grit, because this is in a 1 pound barrel, so I don't need to put 3 tablespoons into a 1 pound barrel. And then this is ready to go in stage 3 for a week. And so this is my no longer black, now very gray, but still works knob that goes on this barrel. I'm not that upset about it. It's my fault. Anyway, thanks for watching. Sorry for the technical difficulties, and maybe I'll get it sorted out in the next week. Like and subscribe, and I hope to see you back next week.